Welcome to this episode of the Palmetto Guardian. I'm Sergeant Tim Andrews, and today we have a special guest who's competing in Mr. Olympia bodybuilding competition, Major Grant. Thank you for being here.
Hey, thank you for having me.
So I understand that you're going to be competing in the Mr. Olympia bodybuilding competition. Can you tell some of the folks what the Mr. Olympia bodybuilding competition is?
Absolutely. Well, the Mr. Olympia bodybuilding competition is an international competition of bodybuilding. It's a competition where the best from the world come to compete to claim the crown or whatever category that they're competing in to be the number one or whatever place they fall in inside the competition. And whatever that is, then there'll be that in the world. So it's like the Super Bowl of bodybuilding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how long have you been interested in bodybuilding and competing?
Well, I've been lifting weights pretty much all of my life, especially, after high school, because I went to Newberry College and played football. So, the weight training and strength conditioning program was always a part of that. So I've always been in the gym, but I never really took it seriously enough to do bodybuilding until now, about 3 years ago, where I had a significant event that happened in my life. And it was the passing of my father, and it was very unexpected. So I just felt myself mentally going down. And, I always had people would tell me in the gym, hey, you have a great physique. Maybe you should try bodybuilding. But, at that point, I was not interested. I wasn't about that life with the dieting and cardio and all that stuff. I was just happy just getting in a weight room and, pushing some weight and just being buff, that kind of deal, and just having a good time with life. But once that event happened, I felt myself declining mentally. So I had to find something that would require extreme concentration, because at that point it turned into something that would be life-saving for me. So once I got into bodybuilding, I actually dedicated my first year to my dad to give it all that I had, and I really zoned in and focused in on everything that it took to get it done. The very first year that I participated in bodybuilding, I actually did very well. It was unexpected, but with my work ethic and why I was doing it, and my genetics, thank God I was blessed with good genetics. I was able to put together a great physique that the judges liked. So I actually I earned my pro card within 1 year, within 4 shows. And that's uncommon in the bodybuilding world.
So do you have to have what do you mean by pro card exactly? What?
So when you first start out in bodybuilding, it depends on what division that you enter bodybuilding in. I entered through the NPC league, and once you do that, you compete, and if you get a high enough placing, you'll qualify for a national show. And if you get, depending on the show, if you get first or second place, you would be then recognized as a professional in the sport of bodybuilding. So that's how that works.
So with the competition coming up here in a few weeks, how long does it take for you to train for something like this?
Well, it just depends on where I'm starting from. If I've been running shows all year, then usually it won't take me that long because my body fat is already at a low point. So usually it'll take me between 8 to 6 weeks to really cut down and see what we can bring to the table. But if I haven't been competing all year, it'll probably be like a 12-week prep.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So no cheat days.
Well, you'll have like maybe one cheat meal a week, up until you really start cutting. Like you probably start cutting. If I'm doing 12 weeks, then I probably have a cheat meal once a week, every week until like week 6, and then after that it's all strict.
So what would be your favorite cheat meal then?
Well, I'm pretty simple. I'm a burgers and fries kind of guy.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Thank goodness. A lot of the competitors they talk about the sweets and how they they love cookies and brownies, and don't get me wrong, I love them too. But it's not something that I really would want on a cheat meal.
Mm-hmm.
All I want is burgers and fries, and I'm a happy guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So I understand you also work up at the National Guard Bureau?
Yeah, absolutely. I started working there 2016. Came in on ADOS, and I was working in the actually I was working in recruiting,
Mm-hmm.
in contract oversight, but then transitioned to the marketing branch there, where I became the senior marketing officer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I understand before that you happened to be in the with Joint Force headquarters, or
Well, prior to me going up to NGB, I was in the 218 BSB.
oh, 218th. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I was the S3 down there in Varnville.
Okay. Well, with also working up at NGB and well as being a pro bodybuilder, how do you adjust? How are you able to train while also working? What does that look like for somebody? Like, what does your training cycle look like on a weekly basis?
Yeah, well, it just depends on what your work schedule is, and then it just comes down to just time management, man. Everything, you just have to make a plan and go for it, and you really have to stay on it because training is very important. Your job is very important. Everything is important, so you have to have great time management skills to get it in.
Okay. Well, what advice would you want to give somebody with that's in the National Guard who likes working out and particularly bodybuilding? What advice would you give to that soldier or airman?
Well, I would tell them to make sure that if they really want to do it, make up your mind that you want to do it, because once you get in and when things start getting rough, and you cop out, then it's going to be no good. So you really have to make up in your mind that, hey, I really want to do this for whatever reason. We have various reasons why people get into bodybuilding. And once you get into it, you make up your mind, then what you really have to do is find a coach, a really good coach that works for you, a coach that will do your meal plans for you, your workouts. That's what I have. I have a coach who does that for me.
From what we've talked about, that you're the second South Carolina National Guard soldier to compete in the bodybuilding competition?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe the first one was Cedric McMillan, and now me.
Okay.
Absolutely.
He's over at the RTI, isn't he?
I believe so. The last time I saw him, he was there, but I'm not sure now.
Okay.
I don't know if he's retired or anything. I'm not sure.
Well, that's a good. That's great that we're able to get soldiers on the platform as well, and just say, and that might be a good recruiting tool as well.
Absolutely.
Be able to get R&R and implement into that.
Yeah.
But well, Major Grant, I appreciate you swinging by and being able to talk to folks about this.
Hey, no problem. Thank you for having me. It's great to get out there and represent for the South Carolina Army National Guard. It's just awesome.
Well, thank you very much. And for those that are listening, if you can, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.